Hello, welcome to this taste challenge we have from 1978 and in actuality 1941, but that release was abruptly discontinued. But this is from 1978, Coors Light beer, certified kosher, 102 calories, 4.2% alcohol. It says cold lager, cold filtered, and cold packaged. Yeah, I guess that means they're packing it in the cold weather, or in a cold environment, because I've seen it on the shelves, unchilled for sure. Corn syrup is used as part of the brewing process. Coors Light never uses high fructose corn syrup, and some people know where that's coming from. Water, barley malt, corn syrup, in parentheses, dextrose, yeast, and hop extract. Lovely. Okay. 1941, they introduced Coors Light. Almost immediately after, there was the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor in the Philippines, and then in Hong Kong. So then they just got killed off. For whatever reason, it was not returned after the war. They might have decided, well, it was a mistake, people aren't going to like it. But then after the LITE for Miller debuted and revolutionized the beer industry, then they brought it out, or I should say brought it back. Was it the same recipe? I don't know, it's probably different, but just the literature I have, they just say, it even talks about it on the website, Coors Light website, they just say, we brought it back. And it's been back for 42 years. In the mid-'80s, it began to become more popular than Coors. Now Coors Banquet is virtually gone in restaurants and bars. I never see it in restaurants and bars. We can get it in stores, most stores. Now, what about Schaefer Light? Yeah, introduced in 1982. After Schaefer no longer existed, the Schaefer company was bought out in 81 by Stroh's, but Stroh's decided to introduce a Schaefer Light. And I bought these right west of New Orleans at a store on Jefferson Highway, and I was shocked to see it, especially for the price, $9.99 a case, 24 cans. They were showing it on the distributor's website here. They say 3.6% alcohol. I cross-referenced that with some other liquor stores. They said the same thing, 3.6. The distributor's getting sell sheets from the brewer, you know that. Checked 2 or 3 days ago on Crescent Crown Distributor's website. They don't have it listed anymore. Schaefer's taken off their portfolio. I think it's been discontinued. And I think that's why they had the prices so low. They're just trying to sell off the remaining stock and be done with it. Okay, all right, Coors Light. They're the same color, straw, bubbly, and clear. Let's see, this one is sipped. Let's forget that. Let's see, 04. Isn't that Fort Worth, Texas? 07, Albany, Georgia. That one's got kind of a bad date. This one has a good date. But that's why they closed it out. The date is bad, although they'll be good for a year after the date at Best Buy. And secondly, I just think it's gone. I think, forget it. You're not going to find Schaefer Light. You're not going to find regular Schaefer. You might find that craft style new Schaefer that's going to be expensive, and I don't know who's going to buy that. Okay. But Pabst, they bought Stroh's in 1999. And they have a very, to me, bizarre business approach. I was really pleased with what I was seeing from Stroh's. They had a lot of good literature that they sent me. They had some good internet stuff happening, and this is in the late 90s. Their distribution was strong. but their debt load was terrible and their profitability was probably non-existent, and they were a target, and Pabst took care of that. And then immediately sold off some brands to Miller, which I think they had to do, some antitrust thing. But like Mickey's, Old English, Henry Weinhard, which they've done nothing with really, and some other brands. So, but then it seemed like once Pabst bought Stroh's, you just didn't see a lot of their stuff anymore. Olympia, I never saw again. Bought that in Baton Rouge in '98. Schaefer started to disappear. Schlitz started to disappear, although we still get Schlitz here. It's almost like they said, what we can do is we can buy all these brands from Stroh's. We can shut down their brewery, then shut down our brewery in San Antonio. Then we can make all of this stuff even, every year that goes by, less and less available, have less of a presence on the market, and then that'll be successful. I don't get that, but anyway, I don't run Pabst. I don't understand Pabst. This smells sort of rich and sort of unusual for a light beer. But I always thought Schaefer Light was unusual for a light beer, regardless of the age. I just thought it was a strange product. I liked it. I even had a bottle once, a brown bottle, but I threw it away because I had to purge my collection. I got rid of all the light beers. Had too much stuff. Couldn't keep it all. Oh, do I smell that banana? Maybe. And that would be the Coors, right? So do they smell alike? No. Which one smells better? It's about the same. They're different, but I wouldn't say one is better than the other. They're just different. I can't describe either one. Not adequately. Let's go with the taste. It's pretty crisp, it's clean, it's refreshing, it's tasteless. Essentially, it tastes like water. I like water. I drink water all day long. I just drink a lot of water. But I don't see that as too remarkable in the flavor, water or this. Not much happening. There's nothing bad happening now, don't take it wrong. Just not much happening. At all. Much more character here. Now when I did Coors Light against Budweiser Select, I said one had more character, more flavor than the other, and I said the Bud Select is multi-grain because he used barley, rice, and corn, 3 grains. Coors Light used 2 grains, barley and corn. So, corn syrup is still, that's a form of it. But I was wrong, it was the Coors that had more flavor. Coors Light. So now I'm confused. Very confused. Clean. I don't think Schaefer's that clean. Now the body is the same. The mouthfeel is the same. The finish is crisp. And everything is the same. The only variable really here, there is a difference in ABV. 3.6 for Schaefer Light, which is unusually low. And 4.2 for Coors Light, which is typical for America. I live in America. The taste is so different. I'd rather have this one. It has some sweetness, it has some graininess. When I say graininess, I mean like grains, cereal grains. You can buy these multi-grain bars. Of course, they have sugar added or some kind of sweetener. I prefer this much more. It has much more flavor, and I think it's the Schaefer. I don't think it's the Coors. I could be terribly wrong. I am terribly wrong. It's the Coors. The Coors has more flavor. Well, twice I got it wrong, and I think that's a bias I have. I think the blind taste test is exposing the bias. And what's the bias? The bias is that in my mind, I'm thinking Coors Light. That stuff's so bland. There's nothing there. Heck, even Budweiser Select gonna have more going for it. Even Schaefer, the lowly Schaefer will have more going for it. But guess what? Wrong. Now I should be pointing at me. Wrong. It's the Coors Light that has more character. Well, well, well. Just goes to show you. These blind taste tests can really trip a person up. And you could do it with anything. Imperial stouts, which might be a problem for you when they're 10, 11%. But you see, Scotch ales, you could do it with barley wines, another danger area. Regular old stouts, porters, well, anything. Brown ale. So, but when you got these mindsets, these embedded ideas, like me thinking this, it's gonna mess you up, and I just can't get it out of my mind. But I'm wrong. The Coors Light has more flavor, and a good deal more, in fact. So do they have millions of Coors Light drinkers every day who come home from work and just can't wait to crack open that Coors Light, that silver bullet? Yes. Do maybe they know something I don't know? They just might. They just might. To say I'm shocked would be an understatement. I am pleasantly surprised, however, because I'm enjoying it. Okay. Well, we just move on. So, I don't know why. No, well, that happens sometimes. I don't want to be doing a whole bunch of light beer taste challenges because I don't find them to be too exciting. But they're interesting, and extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. So anyway, wow, it really is pretty good. And it's been whipping these other guys because, I don't know, it's all right. So anyway, thanks for watching this video production. Hey, if you do a blind taste test, I'll watch your video. See what you find out. So anyway, y'all come on, lazy, bon temps, y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana.